All right, y'all. So, I just got done talking to one of my sisters, and y'all know that any type of epiphanies that I get or anything that I learn, I like to share it with y'all. But something that was mentioned is that sometimes the universe will like orchestrate things in our lives to purposely trigger certain things out of us. You know, like perfect example, if you're a person who's like very giving, which nothing's wrong with that, very generous, the universe may purposely put people in your life who take advantage, who take more than they should from you, or who overwhelm you, so that the side of you that stands up for yourself is triggered, or like the side of you that knows how to say no, the side of you that knows how to set boundaries, the side of you that values yourself and your own resources. Like the universe will purposely put us in situations to like strengthen us in areas that we're weak in, you know. And to testify to that, so I can show y'all like what I'm really talking about. So for a really long time, probably like 3 or 4 years ago, I was very dependent, clingy too, and I just was kind of like lost. I didn't have my own things. I just wasn't really in the best of places, emotionally, mentally, financially, spiritually, and I didn't have much willpower within me. And I found it very hard to like provide for myself and stay consistent and be stable. I just always found it very difficult to like really focus on myself and like to just be consistent with things. But what happened was the universe actually put me in a situation to where now I have 2 daughters, and it's just like in my mind I was like, oh my goodness, I have to provide for my babies need this, they need that, and for my babies to have this, I gotta have money, I gotta do this. Like, and for the past 3 years I have been consistently paying bills, I have been consistently taking care of children, I have been consistently like, it has taught me structure having children. That part of me that was very weak, it is now strengthened. And this whole time I was just thinking to myself, like, why would I get put in a situation of being a single mom, things of that nature? And it brought out a side of me that I did not know existed. I didn't know that I know how to be consistent with things. I didn't know that I know how to be self-reliant and self-accountable, and, you know, to pull myself out of situation. I had no idea that this is how I was. I always felt like I needed people, or, you know, I had to rely on people. I didn't want to be alone. And it's like I've been put in a situation to where I am everything that I didn't think that I was. I am, you know, anything that I didn't feel like I could do, I am doing it. You know, so it's like a lot of times the universe, we may see it as, oh, why am I in this situation? Or why was my childhood like that? Or why did this happen? Why did this come about? And y'all, I promise you, a lot of times the universe is just trying to bring out a side of us that we like lack, or a side of us that's inadequate, or a side of us that's like weak, or a side of us that's like not developed to its full potential. Like I will say too, also, like coming up, I always felt like alone, and it's like I always found myself like isolated away from people. And it seemed like anytime I got close to people, it's like something would happen, or we would fall out, or something like that. And I always had this thing and this question in my mind, like, why does my social life keep being interrupted? Like, why do I keep ending up alone? You know? And the whole time, universe was trying to trigger out of me, like, the side of me that's okay with being alone. The side of me that chooses me over, you know, just any type of company. Or the side of me that's okay with my own company, you know? And it's like now people struggle to get me out the house to socialize, you know? And it's just beautiful to see, though, that, like, the universe, it knows us so much better than we know ourselves. Like a lot of times, since we are ourselves, we don't always see what parts of us that we need to heal, or what parts of us we need to work on. We don't always see it because we're us. We live with us every day, and it's like some things we just don't notice. I mean, it's us. But the universe puts us in situations like if you're not that good at managing money, the universe may put you in a situation to where like you have children that you have to take care of, and it's like certain bills have to be paid on a certain time. So it's like, damn, now you gotta find a way to make sure you save enough money. Like, the universe purposely does things in our lives to trigger a side of us that needs to be healed or developed, you know. Now that really has me looking over like all the situations that I've been in my life, and it's just like, oh wow, that happened to bring out a side of me that I didn't know existed. Like, a lot of us, we know we got a gangster side until we put around a bunch of people to keep testing our patience, to keep taking our kindness for weakness, a lot of that, and we try to like, oh, just like I don't want to hurt anybody's feeling, but after a while you just fucking pop, and then that side of you that you try to tuck away, that side of you that you didn't even know was there, it comes out, and you shocked, and everybody else around you just shocked as fuck. And it's like the universe is trying to show us all of who we are. It's like, I created you, I know who you are, but I need you to know who you are. And like the many layers that are to you, I want to reveal them to you, but for me to reveal them to you, I have to put you in situations so that you can see for yourself, like, damn, I do have a gangster side. I also do have a very loving side. I also have a side of me that has boundaries. I also have a side of me that is very caring. The universe is just trying to show us these many sides to us, y'all, because when I tell you we have so many layers, we're not just like normal person, like, no, we have layers, and the universe is trying to like pull back all the layers, and like it's like taking off clothes. Like, you take off the coat, and then you take off the jacket, and then you take off the sweater, and then you take off the shirt, and then you still got lips. Like it's layers to us. And when we get in these situations, that's whenever the universe is trying to reveal to us who we are, you know. And anybody who's on a spiritual journey, you're always asking yourself, who am I? Who am I? What is my life purpose? And then shit start happening in your life, and you're like, what the fuck is this? Like, I just asked, who am I? So it's like, that's when the universe start putting us in situations to show us who we are. I am loving. I am capable of loving. I am capable of being productive. I am capable of being consistent. I am capable of taking care and loving a person regardless of how I feel. Because with my kids, y'all, like, I don't know, I've always had this thing to where, like, if I get upset with a person, it's like I turn in, like, I start to hate them. And I honestly felt like I couldn't get a grip of that. But the universe showed me, yeah, you do know how to love regardless how you feel. Because my kids, they get on my nerves very often, but I know I will always sacrifice for them. I will always be there for them. I will always feed them, clothe them, make sure they have what they need. So I do know how to be consistent regardless of how I feel. And that's always been something I struggle with. So I'm blessed with 2 kids, and they show me, Shawty, you do know how to love. You do know how to be consistent in your behavior towards people regardless of how you feel. So I just have to learn how to apply that same method that I have with my children to the people around me. Because normally I get upset and I cut people off, you know. But with my kids, I get upset with them, but I still find a way to still be there. I still find a way to make it past how I feel. So I don't have to always resort to just cutting people off. I just need to start looking at people, not so much as like my children, but like comparing that relationship with other people to the relationship that I have with my children. You know, with my children, I'm patient, I'm tolerant, I'm enduring, I'm persevering. Like, you know, I withstand, like I stand regardless of how I feel with my kids. So what business do I have cutting off other people? Why don't I love people the same way that I love my children? Because with my children, it's unconditional love, but it's like with other people, it's conditional love. But I'm learning now, you know, to have unconditional love for all people. And I learned that through my kids. It's just a matter of me tapping into it and utilizing that side of me, you know. Like, this shit wild, y'all. It's wild. And I will say, like, anybody, if you had a childhood, or if you was in school and people used to bully you, the universe orchestrated that shit to bring out a side of you that you did not know existed. Okay, if when you was in school people were making fun of your body weight, that's like it triggers a side of you to take care of your body more, start working out more. Like, if you use that situation how you're supposed to, which is to better yourself, you will always come out on top. If people are picking with you, you just do the complete opposite and prove them wrong. Let that side of you emerge, you know. So y'all, fucking mind blowing. Absolutely love it. 5-star, highly recommend it. tapping into ourselves, letting the universe show us who the fuck we is. Okay, all right.